Lately, it seems like all the savvy investors have been jumping on the XRP train. And honestly, it's not surprising. Just check out this headline from Cointelegraph: XRP's positive sign, whales hit new highs as price jumps 10%. Now that XRP is competing on a level playing field, things are looking brighter than ever. With the legal drama between Ripple and the SEC no longer affecting XRP directly, thanks to its legal clarity, this cryptocurrency is in a solid position to thrive. All right, here's the scoop. XRP has been on a roll lately, and it's proving just how important a fair playing field really is. When things are balanced, XRP shines, and we're seeing that happen right now. Here's something wild. XRP just had a $1 billion net inflow in a single hour for the first time ever. Crazy, right? And it's not just hype. An on-chain analytics firm confirmed there's been a big spike in network growth, so this is the real deal. Oh, and here's a fun tidbit from Crypto Basic. They broke down how much the top 1%, 5%, and 10% of the XRP Rich List could make if XRP hits $10. Wow, what a journey it's been these past few years. It's been a roller coaster, to say the least. But here we are, finally nearing the finish line, and it feels so good to even think about what's ahead. Before we dive in, though, just a quick heads up. I'm not a financial expert in any way, shape, or form. What I share here is not financial advice. Please don't make any decisions to buy or sell based on what I say or write. I'm just a crypto enthusiast who loves making YouTube videos for fun and sharing thoughts about this fascinating space as a hobby. Now, let's take a moment to celebrate something special. Did you know today is XRP Victory Day? Yep, it's July 13th, 2025, and we're marking 2 years since XRP was officially declared a non-security. This morning, I shared a post to celebrate what I called Happy XRP Victory Day. Can you believe it's been exactly 2 years since Judge Annalisa Torres ruled that XRP is not a security in the SEC versus Ripple case? A true day for the history books. Time really does fly, doesn't it? And here we are 2 years later. Imagine if back then we could have known where XRP would be today. As I'm recording this, the price is sitting at $2.78. Not to mention XRP hit a new all-time high this year, $3.40. How amazing is that? Looking back, wouldn't you have been thrilled to know this milestone paved the way for everything that followed? And now with the war on crypto finally over in the US and Trump back in office, it feels like a whole new chapter is starting. That would have been such a relief. But let me tell you, this was huge. Seriously, when this happened 2 years ago, I already knew like XRP competing on a level playing field, that's all it would take for it to skyrocket in value. That's it. That's what we've been waiting for. It was being held back artificially, but look where we are now. The smart money has figured it out. Check this out. The latest headline from Cointelegraph: XRP's very positive sign. Whales are hitting new highs as the price jumps 10%. The number of crypto wallets holding at least 1 million XRP tokens just hit an all-time high, and it lines up with a massive 26% surge in XRP's price over the past week. There are more XRP whales out there than ever before, and they're holding onto an even bigger chunk of the supply. According to on-chain analytics platform Sentiment, the number of wallets holding over 1 million XRP tokens has hit an all-time high of 2,743. Pretty wild, right? I actually mentioned this in another video, but let me just say this again. This is a strong signal of what's ahead. Whales don't usually make the wrong moves. When we see XRP's price shooting up and notice that the number of accounts holding large amounts of XRP is dropping, it's a clear sign that the cycle is nearing its end. We'll dive deeper into this and explore more metrics like these. This kind of thing happens with Bitcoin and other coins when they go crazy, so I'll make sure to highlight it for you. It's a heads up to stay alert. Don't get caught off guard as we approach the end of the cycle. All right, let's keep going. XRP is also showing some serious strength. According to Sentiment, this twofold trend is looking great for the fourth largest crypto asset, they said. Their data shows that a whopping 47.32 billion XRP tokens are sitting in wallets holding at least 1 million tokens each. Here's an exciting update from Sentiment. XRP has surged to an impressive 297 today, hitting a 4-month high. What's driving this? Well, there's been a big spike in network growth with more new wallets being created and retail interest buzzing across social media. It's no surprise, really. Normally, we'd see around 3,000-4,000 new XRP wallets popping up daily, but over the last few days, that number has jumped significantly. It's awesome to see this kind of momentum building. Check this out. On July 9th, there were 6,365 new wallets created. Then July 10th hit 5,110. July 11th, a whopping 6,819 in just one day. And the next day, July 12th, we saw 5,410. It's a clear sign of growing interest, and I'm thrilled to share it. These numbers will look small once XRP starts really pumping again. We're likely to see tens of thousands of new wallets created, just like we did on December 2nd, when a massive 30,641 new wallets appeared in one day. Think about where the price is now and what this level of interest means for XRP. Oh, and here's something cool. Let me show you Google Trends data. It tracks XRP searches worldwide over the past 90 days. There's definitely been a spike in interest, which is awesome to see. Let's take a step back and look at the past 12 months. It's not quite the same picture as before, but check this out. Take a look at what happened in November and December. You'll notice it jumped up a bit, which makes sense given the recent buzz around XRP. But here's the interesting part. Think about where XRP is now. Even at these levels, we're not seeing pure euphoria in the market. That's pretty exciting. XRP is performing so well, and yet we're not even in full hype mode. So there was a post from chart analyst Steph's Crypta sharing some big news. Massive XRP outflows from Binance with over 9,000 addresses withdrawing. That's usually a great sign because when people move their XRP off exchanges into self-custody, it often means they're planning to hold on to it and not sell anytime soon. Then there's Weedsy Wind, a big name in the XRP community and the mind behind the XRP Ledger, the Zahao sidechain, and the Sum wallet. He chimed in saying this could explain the huge spike in daily active users, over 25,000 new unique users, self-custody for the win. That's a pretty impressive jump, don't you think? Well, good for him. You just love to see it, right? Speaking of things to love, check this out about the XRP Rich List. There are now 6.66 million XRP wallets. Absolutely wild. And here's another crazy headline. XRP just hit a $1 billion net inflow in 1 hour for the first time ever. Unreal. This is based on a post by XRP community member Chad Steingraber, who shared, good Lord, $9.11 billion in volume on Upbit, XRP 2.92. For context, Upbit is a Korean exchange, and it seems a huge chunk of XRP's recent run is thanks to Korean traders. For some reason, South Koreans have been all in on XRP for years, even before I got into it back in 2017. I have no idea why, but hey, they're definitely part of the global XRP family. One big community here, and it's awesome to see. Let's talk about XRP volume for a second. It's pretty exciting stuff. Before the market started heating up, a typical day would see around $1 billion in 24-hour trading volume for XRP. That was the norm. But right now, as I'm recording this, the volume is just shy of $7 billion in the last 24 hours. And get this, on July 11th, it hit an incredible peak of nearly $15 billion. The interest in XRP is absolutely wild right now. And honestly, these numbers are just the beginning. By the time this cycle ends, I think we'll look back and see these figures as just the tip of the iceberg. Big things are coming. So considering we pretty much know what's likely coming in the big picture, it's actually kind of fun to imagine what individual XRP holdings might be worth down the road. Honestly, I've done this so many times over the past decade, it never gets old. Here's the thing, I've always believed this kind of future is possible. And right now, we've never been closer. We're so close to seeing it become reality. Now, I won't dive into reading the entire article, but the main topic here is this. If you're in the top 1%, 5%, or 10% of XRP holders, what could your holdings be worth if XRP hits $10? They pulled some interesting data from the XRP Rich List, and I crunched a few numbers myself just for fun, and even threw in the 2% tier to mix things up a bit. If you're in the top 10% of XRP holders, let's talk about what that actually looks like. To crack the top 10%, you'd only need 2,487 XRP. Crazy, right? I'm willing to bet a lot of you reading this are already in that group. Now, here's the wild part. Most people on Earth haven't even heard of XRP. If you're aware of it and holding it in 2025, you're light years ahead of the curve. XRP is seriously scarce. If we magically divided all the XRP equally among the world's 8 billion people, each person would only get about 11 or 12 XRP. That's it. It really puts things into perspective. XRP is a limited resource, and being in the know makes you part of a pretty exclusive group. It's like 11 or 12, close enough. You can do the math if you want an exact number, but that's pretty much it. Now think about this. You hear 100 billion and it sounds huge, right? But in reality, it's not as massive as it seems. Here's something even crazier. XRP once hit $3.40, and less than 1% of people on the planet have ever owned it. Yep, way less than 1%. So imagine what happens as more and more people start using it. XRP is a blue chip crypto. It's solid, reliable, and one of the originals in the space. It's been around forever in crypto years, and it's earned people's trust. Businesses use it, people use it, and it's here to stay. XRP is one of the early success stories in the crypto world. But think about this: as more people dive into crypto, diversify and invest, a portion of that money is bound to flow into XRP. And as that happens, its value and market cap are likely to keep climbing higher and higher. The exciting part, we're still early, like really early. If you hold 2,487 XRP, you're already in the top 10% of holders. And if XRP hits $10, that's $24,870 right there. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Many reputable analysts believe XRP could actually peak somewhere between $20 and $30. So that $24,870, you could potentially double or even triple it if those predictions come true. If you're holding a good amount of XRP right now, you could be looking at somewhere between $50,000 and $75,000. For example, if you're in the top 5% of holders, that means you've got 8,752 XRP. At $10 per XRP, that's $87,520. Not bad, right? But here's where it gets interesting. If XRP hits closer to $30, you could be looking at well over $250,000. That's how quickly things can escalate if the analysts' predictions are even close to accurate. Now, I'm not in the business of making price predictions, but I don't think those numbers are unrealistic. I'm generally on the conservative side, but even I can say that this is well within the realm of possibility. It's not some pie in the sky fantasy. Of course, for this to happen, we'd need to see significant cash inflows into Bitcoin first, which could then trickle through the market. But if we see a wild bull run, absolutely, this kind of growth for XRP could happen. And just imagine if you're in the top 2% of holders, that's at least 25,614 XRP. I bet a lot of you listening are actually in the top 2%. You're paying attention after all. So let's break this down. If XRP hits $10, that would mean $256,140 for you. And here's where it gets even more interesting. You could double or even triple that amount. Suddenly, you're looking at something more like $750,000. And honestly, in the world of crypto, those kinds of things do happen. It's not some far-fetched fantasy. Now, let's say you're in the top 1%. That means you've got at least 50,606 XRP. At $10, that's $506,060. But again, think about those multipliers, double it, triple it, and now you're crossing over $1 million, maybe even $1.5 million. For those of you who've been planning this for years, you're probably in a great spot right now. So congratulations. If things play out the way we're hoping, and it really looks like they will, you've earned everything that's coming your way. You've been through so much to get here, haven't we all? Think about the lawsuit, think about all the nonsense we've had to deal with, like toxic Bitcoin maxis being, well, their usual selves. But here we are, and we're finally seeing our hard work pay off. And hey, watching Bitcoin take a hit in the process, kind of satisfying, right? This is such an exciting time to be an XRP holder. Probably the best it's ever been, honestly. I truly believe that. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't make any buying or selling decisions based on what I say. Okay, that wouldn't be the smartest move. But seriously, enjoy this moment. You've earned it. With a